Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Today I want to talk about one of the new discount events that was just recently introduced. And specifically, under this discount event page, you'll notice that there's this new surprise drop as well as glorifying redemption page. And I want to take a second to talk about both of them individually and kind of what this means. So, as people have probably noticed, the new kind of discount event is kind of a rotating thing where every week or so they will change what the different things are that you can get from these selection chests. Sometimes they'll just have regular things you can buy. This week we have the Dragons event, so all the things are pretty dragon related. If you look here, it's main material selections, marks, the true dragon, refined rough, which is not really dragon related, but they've kind of grouped all of those together. The recharge things that you get are all sort of the same type of strain. You get badge chests, but it's a lot of blessing stones, dragon scrolls, and all that good stuff. So, the discount things that you can buy give you honor banners, diamonds, and then red jade. So I'll get to what red jade is in a second, but just note that this is the only way for you to get red jade. And note that you cannot use coupons on these things. That is a set price, that's how much it is. So, then we have this surprise drop, and the surprise drop is the only way for you to get Yellow Jade. So as you can see, you can get a lot of Yellow Jade, and it's a week-long event, so you still have a few more days left, where every time you hit a rebel group, you get 1 Yellow Jade. Every time you do a Weirwood trial, you get 1 Yellow Jade, and you can get up to a total of 500 if you do 400 Weirwood trials and 100 rebel groups. Now, please realize that doing 400 Weirwood trials is going to require you to actually use some of those Weirwood hearts. There's just no other way to get that many. You don't generate that much passively in a week. So you will need to spend some Weirwood hearts if you want to get the full 400 Yellow Jade from that. Now, what can you use the Yellow and Red Jade on? Well, that's where the glorifying redemption comes in. So this is where it's basically a shop that you can spend your Yellow and Red Jade. Now, I want to point out a couple things. The Yellow Jade is obviously free to get because you get it through, as I said, the Rebels and then the Weirwood. So those are kind of free things you can get. But as you can see, you can only get 2 of them. So you can get 2 of the Yellow Jade for 1,000 VIP points, and you can get 10 for 20 Refined Rough, but only 1 time. So realistically, you can only spend 20 Yellow Jade for free. All the rest of them require you to also have some of the Red Jade. And as you can see, there are a couple of different things you can buy with that Red Jade. So first of all, you can buy basically more of the VIP points. You can get a total of 12,000 VIP points for 50 Red Jade and 10 of the Yellow Jade. You can only buy that twice, though. Now, the really interesting one is that for 100 Yellow Jade and 200 Red Jade, you can get 10 of the Sapphire Essence. But you can also only get that once, so it's only a way to get 10. You can't do it multiple times. Just for 10 Red Jade and no Yellow Jade, you can get 1 Wash Stone, or for 100 Red and 20 Yellow, you can get 200 of the Refined Rough. The most frequent one that you can redo is these last 2. You can do it 200 times for the Wash Stone and 20 times for the Refined Rough. I'll be honest, I don't think that any of these are that insanely good. I think the reality is that maybe the Sapphire Essence is interesting, but keep in mind, to get 200 Yellow Jade, you have to buy it here. So the way you do that is you'd have to get at least this 300 pack, so that would be 200 Black Diamonds. And my understanding is that you can only buy this once. It's either once a day or once a week. I'm honestly not sure. I haven't experimented with it, but assuming you have to buy this 200 pack to get it. So that's 200 Black Diamonds, and you're only getting 10 Sapphire Essence, and then you'll have, like 100 Red Jade left over, and you also have to find 100 Yellow Jade. But I just personally don't know that I think that's totally worth it. I kind of am hoping that they are going to, kind of get some more interesting things in the shop here. If it is going to be super exclusive and this is the only way to get Red Jade, then I would hope that they would give some kind of better things for that. Because right now, 10 for 1 Wash Stone, I don't personally see that as being worth it. And I kind of would love for them to do some kind of more interesting things. I also am hoping that they're going to give us more things that we can spend the Yellow Jade on. As you can see, I've got a ton of it left, and there's literally nothing I could spend it on, because all the rest requires the red jade. So I'm hoping they'll have more things that are just the yellow jade, and I also hope that they increase the remaining quantity, that you can basically buy more of them. Now, my expectation is that just as with everything, this is all related to dragons. So in about 4 days when this changes over, my assumption is that it's going to change from the dragons growing week to something else. In particular, I think it'll probably change back to either the commanders one that we've seen, or I believe the other one that we've seen is like a little more like honor banner focused, as well as some badges, which we get a little bit of those up here, I think. As well as here. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm kind of hopeful that they will kind of update this shop with some of the other things, and maybe when they do the commander medals, if they allow you to, for like 100 yellow jade, get a Jon Snow medal, that would be a really interesting thing that would kind of enable some of those elite commanders to start being sort of grindable, free to play, where you can't get a lot of them at a time, but at least you can get some, and I think that would be kind of an interesting thing for them to add to this shop. But that's basically the gist of what this yellow and red jade is. I definitely think it's worth it to try to get as much of it as you can. I don't think I would go crazy on the weirwood, like trying to go out of my way to get to 400. I would just do your regular weirwood trials, and you'll probably get a good number of them. And with it being Alliance Mobilization right now anyway, if you get one of those tasks where you have to do 70 or 100 weirwood trials, then great. Then you're just going to kind of get to double count it and also get all the yellow jade from that. And with rebel groups, same thing. I wouldn't go crazy doing like extra rebel groups right now. But the passive amount that you'll get will probably be a pretty decent number of it, and if you're not spending any of the red jade ones, you're going to really accrue a lot of this yellow jade, and my hope is, like I said, that they're going to have more interesting things in the shop next week, and maybe they'll increase the remaining quantity so you can spend more of it. But yeah, that's my basic gist for this. I will say that, keep in mind that these packs aren't just red jade, you also get diamonds and honor banners, so if you haven't finished your honor banners yet, you haven't gotten like castle level 10, maybe this is a really interesting pack to you, and that red jade could come in handy. I will definitely advise people not to go too crazy on like getting all these wash stones for 10 red jade. Personally, I just don't think that that's worth it. I think that, wash stones are just not so valuable. And we now just introduced the whole thing where you can change the refined rough into it, and I'll just really quickly show that. I think I've already talked about this, but I just want to show, like, if you go right here, you can change 100 refined rough for 1 wash stone. I wish they could do it the other way too, but, can't win them all. But my point being that I just don't think that you're going to have an issue of getting wash stones, and I think this red jade may be really handy for maybe the next one. And there's nothing that says it's going to go away at the end of it. You're not going to lose this at the end of the week. So I definitely think it's good to just save it up. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.